So somebody took a real exception to the fact that I said that we still basically live under feudalism and have like, hereditary, like monarchic style rule in America. And I just want to provide some more facts to that while everybody's still in their feelings about it. I'm going to throw in just a little subtweet to everybody who doesn't believe in any conspiracy theories at all, even though they're very fucking clear and in our faces. A few presidents ago, we had George W. Bush, who was a Yale man and a member of the Skull and Bones Society. A couple presidents before that was his father, George H.W. Bush, a Yale man and a member of the Skull and Bones Society. Now, I know you know about both of them, but did you know about H.W.'s dad, Prescott Bush, who was also, guess what, a Yale man and a member of the Skull and Bones Society? And let's not forget that also George H.W. Bush was the director of the CIA for a time. Now look, I don't know what the Skull and Bones does, but I know something that it definitely does do, which is just like all fraternities do. And fraternities, in my opinion, are the most open, secret conspiracy theory that there is, right? It's like, it's not that they're doing something peculiar or nefarious specifically. It's just that it's just a nepotism factory, right? So people, if you meet somebody else who is in your fraternity, they're going to get the job that you're offering, if that's what's happening, right? If you're the judge and somebody in your fraternity is the person who is the defendant, they're getting off scot-free. It is what it is. And to take it deeper, with something like the Skull and Bones, we don't even know what they do, but we know that it's like super elite, super wealthy, and come on, you know who. Also, let's keep in mind that Jeb Bush almost became the president as well. Okay, maybe saying almost became president is a stretch because, like, he does not have the charisma that the gods gave, like, a single-used wet nap, Still, think about how much power that those three men have had in this country. And not even hiding it is really the big thing about it. It's just right in the open, right in all of our faces. Like, out of the 300 million people in the United States, we are to assume that with only one person in between them, that a father and son, like, were the best person to be president, and that's not some sort of conspiracy or some sort of like feudalism or hereditary sort of rule. It is absolutely not a stretch to say that the kind of power that is accrued in places like Yale, in these secret societies, and in families and that sort of lineage, right? Like, I mean, look at the Kennedys as well. And getting out of politics, let's look at, I mean, the term Nepo baby is so common in music that it has a term. A really great TikTok by someone recently, I don't remember who, sorry, but they were talking about how, like, celebrity is like a stage down from the actual power structure, but really mimics it in a way. It is, of course, absolutely true that celebrity are like these intellectual stormtroopers of like capitalism and the way that our society runs. But anyway, we don't need to make up stories about people doing shady, shadowy things in private, because we know about them and we, for some reason, never seem to do anything about them. And I feel like the reason that people make up stuff is because they feel like the stuff they do know about is something they can't do anything about, and that's not true. So we can talk all we want to about like the mechanics or the stated goals of our society or whatever, but in the end, it's still the same ultra wealthy and powerful families passing around the batons of power between each other. We, as the small folk, fight their wars, we die for them, we produce everything for them, and have no actual say or entree into the actual upper echelons of power. If that's not monarchy or feudalism, it's close enough that it doesn't matter.